Hey everyone, Caront here, welcoming you back to Wild Arms. In the last episode, or episodes, I ended up splitting it off, we saw the demons attack Adlehyde, and lots of people die unfortunately, although we were able to rescue some of them. We also ended up going into the sewers and fighting off Belselk, but not before losing the teardrop to the demons. So now, we're back in the castle, and it's time for us to go get the princess so that we can go on our journey. Now first off, all the people that you had rescued are now gone because they're back on the streets. But really what we need to do is go get our princess herself so that we can rescue all the rest of the people, I guess, in the world and not let them fall to the vigors of the demons. Let's go ahead and move through here and just pick up... No, I don't want to talk to you again. Just go ahead and head upstairs into the royal chambers. That's really all we need to worry about right now. We don't have much in the way of side quests for the moment. We will in just a second, but not just yet. Do you like my hair? It's a lot easier to manage. Okay, if you're gonna mention that at a time like this, alrighty. This is easier to move. I can't sit and cry forever. I'm waiting for the rainbow after the rain stops. I'll be strong again. Please take me with you. Alrighty, so we're back together. And now what we need to do is go ahead and go through here and talk to this guard running around. Minister Johann is waiting in the council room. Alrighty. Hey, yeah, not only is the council room on this floor, actually, it's right here. Ta-da! Go ahead and talk to Johann and, finally, the three of you. I hate the fact that you're carrying the burden by yourselves, but our future depends on your journey. Don't worry. Father, for the glory of Adlehyde and Filgaia, I shall reclaim the teardrop. The water guardian, Stoldark, has spoken to me about the danger. If you say I am the shaman princess of the guardians, then I'm proud to be the innocent one. The princess had a vision. There's no doubt now. You must follow your destiny, princess. Go west through the mountain pass and you will find the town of Milama. There you'll find a large shrine. If you are the innocent one, then you must go there. I don't know anything about being a shaman, but if I can be of any help, I'll deal with whatever is expected of me. Alrighty, now, you see all of these nice little treasure chests over here. These are your rewards for rescuing the people of Adlehyde. And if you happen to miss one, then you'll see gaps in this, but I got all 10 of them, so hooray, treasure! Alright, that's the first lucky card we've got, and I'll show you that in just a second. Then, yay, regular stuff, money. Alright. Okay, we've also not seen the Misanga either, so I'll show you that too. Then just go ahead and pick up the rest of them here, and we have our stuff. Now, the lucky card first is right here. You get double Gela in experience for whatever battle you use that in. Kind of goes without saying, with a couple of exceptions. It's usually best to use this on bosses because they're going to give the most experience, especially. Actually, not a whole lot of the bosses give money, which is kind of weird. But for the most part, especially if you're wanting to get experience faster, this is where you're best suited using it, with a couple of exceptions that I'll go over when the time comes. We also have the Misanga here, which increases luck 1 level for the character that you equip it to. Now, since I have the 99 small flowers, I'm not really going to use that very much, if at all. So, in essence, there's not a whole lot really that we need to do with that. But if you didn't pick up those small flowers and you want to make increased luck a part of your strategy, then of course go right ahead. I recommend really the best way to do that would be to have bought the small flowers at the cultural fair, or there's another way you can get them later, but it does come a reasonable bit later in the story. Okay, so here we are in a ruined Adlehyde, and apparently the demons decided to jet out without really leaving us any sort of presents except the destruction of the city. There is one major thing that you'll want to do before you leave Adlehyde, and that involves talking to these folks here. Alrighty. I've organized the Adlehyde Restoration Committee, to oversee the reconstruction of Adlehyde. Okay, this is an ongoing side quest throughout the game, and in essence, all it really entails is talking to this guy and give him money. Now, the donation amounts will get as high as 100,000 Gela toward the end of this. Obviously, we don't have that now, but there are 3 donations that we can make while we're in Adlehyde to kind of get this thing kicked off. So, what you'll want to do is go ahead and make your first donation, and I'm going to go ahead and sell stuff. So, give me just a second. Let me go ahead and do that. I'll cut away, and then I'll come back once everything is sold. Okay, now that that's taken care of, what you'll need to do is step outside of Adlehyde, and then in essence, you're going to have to come back in a couple of times to do all the donations. So, yeah, it's not exactly the most thrilling activity in the world, but it will pay off as you go through and make those donations. Now, if you want to wait till you get a little bit more money later in the game, I think you can do that, but I like to go ahead and start early so that you can just get this rolling before you're really able to go too terribly much further in the story. I don't know. I like to go ahead and take care of it now instead of leaving it for later and potentially missing out. So all we really need is 3 donations. The last of the 3 donations is going to be 2,000 Gela. So we'll still have some money to play around with, not terribly much, but at least, a little bit anyway. So go ahead, gallivant up here and try not to run into stuff. And then, all right, yay, spirits brightening, hooray! And you take more of our money. Whee! The one other thing that I am going to do before we leave, because there's nothing really to purchase in regards to weapons or armor or what have you, is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade Rudy's arm a little bit. Because this is the only one he's got right now. So I'll go ahead and toss some money that direction. All right, and I think that's all I'm going to do for the moment, because I do want to keep a little bit of cash in reserve, just in case. We're going to be going to Milama, and we'll end up having some more money when we get there, because we've got to go through the mountain pass to do it, but I still want to have some available just in case. All right, so let's go ahead and jet off here. One thing I do want to talk about as we're going is I've mentioned earlier that this game's music was, well, I really like it. A lot of the music was inspired by old westerns. Actually, the world map theme is probably the best example of that, because this theme is, in a lot of ways, a pretty straight take from Ennio Morricone's Ecstasy of Gold, which you see in the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'll probably put a link to it, a YouTube link to it, in the description. Just in case you want to go listen to that song, you'll see it's pretty dramatically lifted from a Morricone song, and I'm going the wrong direction. Go me. Okay, now that I'm going in the right direction, yeah, this is the most direct take on a Western theme. Into the Wilderness is also a take on a song as well, and I'll post that description also. But this is far more direct than the one for Into the Wilderness. The song, I think, from which Into the Wilderness is taken is also a Morricone song called Wild Bunch, or you might see it by a couple of different names, but Wild Bunch was the title I was given. Alright, so we're in the mountain pass, and hooray! Now, if you had tried to go through here earlier, you wouldn't have been able to do anything, because those guards would have been standing there and they would have booted you right back out. But now we can go through and jet into our first dungeon outside of Adlehyde. Now, I'm going to try to avoid these red flowers as we go through, but if you step on them, ow, 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 ow. So I'm going to dash around and try not to hit these things while I'm at it. Okay, well, we've got a light here. We can't turn it on. So all we really need to do is head this direction, I believe. Yes, and pick up Jack's next tool, the lighter. And as you might imagine, it starts fires. Go figure. Yay! Alright, so first thing we really need to do with that is fight a bunch of lizard men and watch Jack and Rudy level up to 8. But no, really. Ow, crap. What we need to do, of course, head over here and let's turn on the lights, shall we? Yay! Woohoo! Alright, now these lights will go out after a certain length of time, so definitely be careful in regards to that. All right, we get a new enemy here. We've already fought the Gamora Toad, but we haven't fought the Dryad yet. So I'll go ahead and post the information up on that one and just go ahead and bowl through these suckers. So, all right, let's see. I believe fire is this thing's weakness. I'll test it on this one. I do have some of the wanted posters compiled for the next 2 or 3 dungeons, but I didn't really get a chance to look at them before I started this playthrough, or before I started this episode. Hey, and it worked out. So I was just guessing a little bit. Fortunately, I guessed correctly. Whee! All right, great, water gun. Thanks a lot. Yeah, go ahead, shoot it at me. Fortunately, Cecilia is more of a magic type, so that didn't hurt her terribly much. But now, it's going to shoot it at Jack. It should hurt a little bit more, I think. Yeah, okay. But not too big a deal, because there you go, and there we have it. Now, you do see the experience is starting to go up a little bit, not terribly much, but, you know, it's getting a bit better here. Now, if you go through and you notice the light is starting to dim, because these lights do go away. Okay, just some more lizard men there. But if you do see the light starting to go out, then, of course, obviously it's time to start looking for another lighter, or go back to the same one if you wanted to. But let's see, I think there should be another one up in this neck of the woods. It's kind of hard to obviously. Okay, more lizard men there. And did I mention that high encounter rate? And oh, by the way, Cecilia's level 8 now, so hooray. But really, if your lighter does start going out, then it's time to look for a new light source so that you can go ahead and progress further. Okay, I had a couple of Dryads and a Gamora Toad there, so alright, go ahead and light this, and I believe this is the path forward, so we may not want to go there just yet. But I'll go ahead and blow it up and find out. Okay, yeah, this is looking like... Okay, a couple more Dryads and such. And, alright, hey, we got more light. Yay! Let's go ahead and bomb this here. And I may actually have chosen the right direction. I don't quite recall. Maybe not. Alright, now let's go back. And watch the lights go back out on us. Okay, well, pardon me. Okay, we've got a new enemy here, so surprise! The Gallow Bear. And I'll go ahead and post his information up, but fortunately he's just by himself. But I am at the point where I need to be worrying about healing Jack, because this guy's a little bit stronger than your average enemy, so you'll want to be careful if you're fighting him, especially if you haven't done a whole lot in terms of grinding or upping your experience. And then of course I kill him in 2 blows, so yeah, well, there you go. But if you do let him get attacks in, you do want to be careful as far as trying to not let that get out of hand. Darn it. Okay, a couple more Dryads, you know, the party that we had earlier. Let's see what I missed or almost missed over here. Oh, ooh, wow, okay. Alright, now we can jet back over that way. Okay, I had another Gallow Bear there, and Jack joined the level 9 club, so I have a feeling everybody's going to be 9 or 10 by the time we get out of here. Okay, more lizard men, and the lights are going out on me. Crap. No, lighter, lighter, lighter. Ow. Okay, another Gallow Bear there, so sorry, this high encounter rate, holy mackerel. Okay, head through here, and alright, we've got a save point, yay! And actually, I don't think I'll use it quite yet, just because we got a little bit further we can go before we need to progress. Alright, and... okay, we had the Dryad and Gamora Toad party again, and now outside, maybe we can find some new enemies! There's one more type of enemy in here that we haven't seen yet. Just head... more Dryads! And Cecilia's level 9, by the way, so hooray! Sorry, I thought that would be the next type of enemy. It turns out I was wrong. Alright, so move through this way, and when you step across the bridge here, we get ourselves a scene. Phew! Those are some nasty winds. What's going on? These gusts of wind, if I could harness the power... I agree. Why don't you give it a try? Ching! Alright, now let me go ahead and show you, since this is the first time we've done this, what you end up getting is a fast draw hint. And in essence, what you'll do is you'll go into battle and see if you can try to learn the darn thing. Okay, more lizard men, and I didn't want to show, what I was going to say is you try to use your fast draw hints in battle and learn the technique. Now, I didn't want to keep the battle up where I was just sitting there trying to learn it, because sometimes these can take several tries to get right, and it turns out I learned it on the first attempt. So there's Sonic Buster. I will probably show that off in a battle when we come across the last new enemy that we see here. Alright, I think both of these staircases basically lead to the same place, so I'll just go ahead and keep going here. Ah, here we are. The last type of enemy that we have here is the Harpy. So I'm going to go ahead, have Rudy pause so that we can show the Sonic Sword attack. Now you'll notice in the description it said per group. Wild Arms is kind of weird about how it groups its groups, I guess, because you see on the bottom left that the description has two different types of, or two different groups of enemies. So your Sonic Buster is only going to hit one of those types, and I'm going to toss fire at the other one, although I know that's not this Harpy's weakness. Its weakness is going to be Earth, but we don't have it yet. There you go. There's Sonic Buster, and the other Harpy's a wimp, so it runs away. Boo. Now, one thing that the Harpies can do, that fortunately we didn't see in this battle, is they can steal your stuff. And if they happen to run off after they steal your stuff, but before you kill them, you can't get it back. Well, turns out I'm glad I did go this way, because I'd have missed that. Whee! Ow. Okay, more lizardmen there. And let's see, I believe... I keep running around these areas going, well, I think this goes this way. I believe I'm having a lot of battles with Dryads, and I believe Rudy hit level 10. So, there you go. Alright, I don't believe we've got too much left of this area before we gallivant off. Let's see. Haha. Okay, a Gallo Bear and a couple of Dryads on that one. But just basically meander through here and find some big rocks to blow up, I guess. Oh, darn it, I thought that was Path to Treasure, my bad. Just, in essence, go through here and try to blow up everything so that you can make beating up those Gallo Bears, traveling through here, and making Jack level 10 a little bit easier. Okay, so... oh, I was wrong about there being treasure down here. Oh well. But I think we're almost finished with this place. Okay, more Gallo Bears and Dryads. And a good reason to keep that luck going is because it definitely helps in terms of critical hits. Da-da-da. Alrighty. Now, of course, we don't want to get hurt getting that treasure, so just go ahead and use Hand Pan for it. And the Olive Branch, if I can find the right button, nullifies disease, which you noticed the Harpy tried to disease Rudy, but it didn't work, so haha. Okay, more Gallo Bears and Dryads and so on. There we are. Hello, treasure. You can't avoid me. And we have a crest graph. Whee! Alright, so that should about do it, I think, for this area. I keep saying that, and I keep finding more of the area. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now, the not-so-subtle hint, hint to blow up the wall, we get a magic map. which basically means when we go outside here, we can hit select and see the world. Yeah, you don't believe in them, huh? Well, we very much do, because we just sort of got attacked by them. Alright, so finally we're on the world map, and we can head down through here and find ourselves the town of Milama. So I'm just going to go ahead and step in here, and fortunately we've got an inn and a save point right at the doorstep. So next time on Wild Arms, we will explore the village of Milama and see what all it has in store for us. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will see y'all later.